Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. The bull market is coming back, and I believe in it now more than ever. Why I think that is the case will be discussed. Present tense. It's becoming increasingly obvious that costs are rising rapidly. But there's a specific explanation behind that I'd want to go over. In the long run, the new conditions will be better for the cryptocurrency sector as a whole. We'll talk about that and another topic that's been getting a lot of attention in the XRP community recently. That seems Solana and other blockchains are indeed posing a threat to the XRP ledger. In fact, an update is currently being developed for Solana that will increase its transaction throughput to 1 million per second. I'd like to debate whether or not this would make Solana a viable alternative to XRP. Many people, I think, will be taken aback by what I have to say. As this video begins, I'd like to address the question of whether or not Fire Dancer, a potential network upgrade that might allow Solana to handle up to 1 million transactions per second, will make it a viable alternative to XRP. This is a huge win for Solana, and I'm confident it will increase XRP supply rather than decrease it. Since the XRP ledger can only handle about 3,500 transactions per second, the first issue we should be asking is whether or not this million transactions per second will actually be used. No point in having it if we can't even come close to satisfying that need. In addition, 1 million transactions per second is not something we're currently seeing on the XRP ledger. In light of the current market situation, even at its present capacity, the XRP ledger can process fewer than 100 transactions per second. This is a far cry from using up all the transactions that can be processed in a given second. Then why do we need to process 1 million orders a second? No, thank you. The blockchain industry has no immediate need for this capability. To have 2,000 or 3,000 transactions per second on the XRP ledger right now would be a major issue. We also need to look for ways to increase TPS on the XRP ledger to make sure we don't hit our limit. But for now, in my opinion, Solana is effectively addressing a fictitious issue. The maximum TPS is being raised without a convincing justification for doing so. Ripple and the XRP ledger are particularly well suited to the task of developing practical applications of their technology. No extra nodes are being added to scale the underlying protocol. They are, however, working on protocol use cases that will eventually call for an update to the standard. And let me give you an example of what I mean by that. Given the current state of circumstances, no one should have to wait 3 days for a payment to settle. And so earlier today, we heard a representative from Standard Charter say that Standard Charter is cooperating with Ripple to promote rapid cross-border payment settlements. He aims to show in this movie that people today have no patience for waiting for anything. We have the infrastructure in place to facilitate worldwide immediate payment and settlement, as well as quick access to data. Ripple is one of the only companies putting serious corporate focus there. A greater TPS for the XRP ledger may be required in the future, but in the meantime, this is a fantastic application of blockchain technology. We are waiting for their underlying chain to see actual demand before we build this larger TPS. Such use cases are what will drive widespread adoption of blockchain technology. Legitimate organizations are adopting technological solutions because they see a direct benefit to their own operations. Things like these will always hold far greater importance than frivolous technology advances. Ripple is working on a variety of applications for the XRP blockchain. Once these use cases have been implemented, we can determine if an upgrade to the underlying infrastructure is required to properly support them. But unless you have use cases there, you won't know if there's a reason to scale the technology to those sites in the first place. The most advanced blockchain in the world may theoretically have the decentralized blockchain, the fastest blockchain, and all these other features, but this is a common misperception about blockchain technology. The finest part of Ripple is the XRP ledger, which can only be accessed by physically entering the vaults of huge financial institutions. Your blockchain may have the best technology in the world, but if there isn't any activity or someone actively dealing with these companies, it will simply sit there. Ripple is essentially educating them how to use the XRP ledger. Ripple has specialists on staff with banking, government, and payment industry backgrounds, making it prepared to negotiate with huge organizations like Standard Chartered and close a contract that will show them how blockchain technology can revolutionize their business. Also, this is something a chain like Solana simply doesn't have. The fact that they can execute 1 million transactions per second makes them more marketable, but they still won't be able to convince the big banks that they can help them streamline their own processes. This is in fact what we find. I won't link to the video, but suffice it to say that Anthony Welfares and describes the partnership between Ripple and Hong Kong that is leading to the creation of the Hong Kong digital currency. This, folks, is a use of blockchain technology in the real world. The XRP ledger is finally seeing the kind of widespread practical use that has long been anticipated. This is the greatest groundbreaking improvement in any blockchain system we've seen thus far. It is crucial that we verify the most well-off businesses have the requisite motivation and willingness to adopt the technologies used in their payment systems. This technology may be the next best thing to sliced bread, but it will be useless until it is widely used. This is my favorite aspect of the XRP blockchain when ripples are used. Thus, the XRP ledger is brought into the boardrooms of the most powerful institutions, those that actually transfer the money and have the potential to maximize the TPS that these chains exhibit. None of this technology, however, will be of much benefit until these organizations decide to adopt it. If we're going to start fixing the financial system, I don't think we should do it at the retail level. The top should be the starting point. Currently, major institutions control and concentrate the traditional financial system. If you can get the big dogs to adopt and use this technology, then the little guys will have no choice but to follow suit. That's the method Ripple employs. They are networking with the biggest players in the current financial system in order to show them how the XRP ledger can be integrated and how the protocol can be improved in the future. Since these updates are essential, they will be implemented. They are not being implemented on the off chance that something similar might happen someday. Rather, we are pushing for real-world adoption, getting the institutions to truly employ this technology, and then more complex products will come along when the time comes for them. This is quite important, in my opinion, because many people are currently tweeting about how many transactions per second Solana can handle. When comparing the best functioning blockchains, well, NFTs on this blockchain are really inexpensive, gentlemen. It doesn't matter how many features you have. When the blockchain is not being used for its intended use. Even if you possess the greatest qualities in the world, no one will know it. No one cares, nobody uses them, but it's worth noting that the XRP ledger is giving Ripple access to the world's major financial institutions. Now, I'd like to go on to the reasons for my participation into the bull market at this time. This is a concept that is vital to grasp. And since, in my opinion, we can all see, right now, from looking at the charts, where prices are headed. This video will not include a discussion on cost. But there's a shift in our surroundings that many people are ignoring, and I'd like to talk about it quickly. Interest rate hikes by the Federal Reserve have ceased for the time being. It is crucial that you realize the Federal Reserve increased interest rates to combat inflation after this market was devastated by previous rate increases. Now that inflation is beginning to fall, however, they no longer make such purchases. Current inflation rates of 3% are dangerously close to the Federal Reserve's target gold inflation rate of 2%. Inflation numbers are expected to drop significantly in the coming reports, at least that's what I'm expecting. Because of how stable rents have been, inflation is expected to drop precipitously in the near future. Zillow indicates that rents are falling at a much faster rate than official statistics indicate, despite the fact that they make for a significant component of the index. Since the Fed has stopped raising rates, I conclude that they have successfully eradicated most of the inflation. This has made them cognizant of the fact that the Federal Reserve has stopped raising interest rates and, consequently, that the macro situation may soon improve greatly for cryptocurrencies. Add to that the prospect of a Bitcoin spot ETF in the near future, and the world's largest companies will finally feel safe re-entering the market. This, gentlemen, is the perfect recipe for a new bull market. Not a gift card or store credit. This is not an instance of persons engaging in risky activities like SafeMoon or NFTs trading. The company doesn't just sell blockchain-related products, it also manufactures them. Wow, you guys, this is awesome. Over a period of several years, this era of high interest rates has passed. The market is crashing. Many people were worried that one more catastrophic catastrophe would occur as a result of their fears of black swans, the financial sector, and other catalysts. A further blow to the economy. The addition of this produces much more pain. However, it's clear from the chart and current events that most cryptocurrencies have already seen a significant drop in value. Could anything still be lurking around here? The stock market just dropped 35%, we saw bank failures, and we've already seen a man suffer. It's true that nobody can forecast the future. In reality, the Federal Reserve's measures did resolve the core issue, as can be seen by simply reviewing the data surrounding the causes of the current state of affairs and the initial market crisis. Thus, inflation was lowered. Also, with inflation falling so rapidly, I believe we may be much closer to a massive cryptocurrency bull market than many people realize. I'm glad you people found this update interesting. Leaving a like and subscribing would mean the world. See you soon, bye.